Look at this, look at it. Oh, goodness me. I read something on Twitter recently, I can't remember who posted it, you know, which is annoying, but I related with it so much. And this person said that the conditions in the UK recently have been unreal. I mean, if you watch me persistently, first and foremost, thank you so much for your support. But secondly, you'll know the incredible conditions that I've been experiencing recently. This has been the best stint of conditions for landscape photography that I've ever had since I first picked up a camera. And this person said, like, they're enjoying the standard of UK photography so much over the past couple of months. And I could just relate with that so much. There's so many amazing photographs out there, you know, and it's all because of this. Now, I've got something to tell you. I've got something to tell you guys. Let me just try and get myself in a nice spot to start the morning. So after popping the van keys in my backpack, I was no longer blissfully unaware of my remarkable error. All as well on a morning where conditions were, to put it lightly, out of this world. So, I'm not, start focusing it, hang on. I'm not letting myself get away, we go. I'm not letting myself get away with this one. The whole video's getting made about this. So, you probably already know what's going on here. I've forgotten my camera, man. Oh my gosh. I never thought I'd ever utter those words on this channel, you know, or during my career as a landscape photographer. What a lunatic. Imagine a pilot rocking up, right, forgetting the plane. Is what it is. I cannot... Sunrise, look at this, man. Sunrise himself is in about 40 minutes. So I've got time. I'm only about 15-20 minutes drive from home, but I'm not risking it. This fog's just going to lift. It was forecast to have already lifted. So, is what it is. We've got the Nikon Z30 there, a more than capable camera. It's as good as my Nikon D7200 was. Absolutely fine. The only thing, my lens, it is a 16mm to 50mm, which is the equivalent of what, like 24 to 70, you know, on my Nikon Z7 on full frame. So I'm definitely going to miss that longer end of the 24 to 200, but it is what it is. Now my only dilemma here was, do I go down there into the fog, or do I stick up, look, there's hills up there, do I stick up on these bridges and just fire down? I think I'm gonna try and be greedy and do a little bit of both. So I've just taken a shot actually, look at these. See, like these little nice spider webs and stuff. Taken a couple of shots of them already with the Nikon Z30, how about that? And then, oh my gosh man, this is unreal. I think I'm gonna go down and wait for the sun to come up. Not knowing whether to laugh or to cry, my only choice was to put the mistake behind me and continue with the tools I had at hand. Look at that, man. Look at that absolute gaffer there. We're talking, oh God, turn you around. We're talking -3, -4 this morning. Your mate there, he's got his shorts on, a little bit of a fleece and a hat, you know, but the pins are out. That's the way to do it. You know what I've just thought? Just thought this now. I might wait for the sun to come out a bit, but excuse me, I've got a bit of a secret weapon this morning. I'll tell you what, guys, this is brilliant. I shouldn't have said to you that I've forgotten my camera. I should have said, I just fancied popping out with the Nikon Z30. I'm just snapping away. It's no different really. I've still got a mint camera. on, oh gosh, a stunning morning. I just know we don't really get that negative on this channel, do we? We take everything with a pinch of salt and we adapt. We adapt, especially recently. We've been doing a lot of adapting, haven't we? So as you can see, we have come down into the fog. Now, listen, there's something I've got to mention that I forgot about. And my mum will laugh at this, I hope, when she sees it, but she's coming to visit me for a few nights, and I'm picking her up from the Lancaster train station this morning, which is about 20 minutes from here. Picking her up at about 10 past 10. It's currently about 8:15, so I haven't got like a lot of time. I sort of have to leave by 9:30, but again, it is what it is. Just going to have to adapt. I think, I'm going to grab another shot of this. I'll tell you about this in a sec. I think we're going to have the best of it before then anyway. So look at this, man. Nikon Z30 down here. What a little beauty. We're zoomed in a bit, aren't we? About 30 millimeters. Just look at that, lovely little scene. Couple of trees on the other bank, the other side of the river. Reflections of those as well. And look up on these sort of ridges here. We've got a couple of little coppices, and we've just got that kind of, oh man, that little sort of peachy colour in the sky. Really subtle. I may even crop this as like a 5x4. You know, there's a little bit too much on the left and the right that I don't need. What settings are we on? F9, ISO 100 and 1/3 of a second. And look at this, let me show you. I've got a nice little custom button set. Let me just darken that down a wee bit so you can see it. I've got a nice little custom button set on my Z30. Look at that, where I can get everything off the screen and see what I'm composing. Unlike on my Z7. See how this one turns out. So look at this little beauty here, guys. Nice little scene, quite painterly. Actually, as you've seen it there, because it's in video, that's cropping it to a 16:9 format, so you can see up there, look. For me, that's too tight to that tree, but just know there's a little bit more height on the top and on the bottom. See a little ducky there? He's just swam through and I got the shot whilst he was in there. But yeah, aspect ratio aside, I hope you can see, you know, it feels like quite a painterly scene. We've got a lot of fog lingering here over the River Loon, and that's what's giving it that sort of sketch feel, you know, for me. There's a very subtle colour across this strip here. You can see it's like an orangey red, very subtle through all the blues and mint greens of this gorgeous winter morning. You know, there's a bit of blue in the river as well, reflecting from the sky. Absolutely wonderful. So I'll turn him off there, and I'll see what I shot at. So I can tell you, we were ISO 100, f9, and 1/6 of a second. Maybe shot of the morning so far. So it's one of those mornings, we all know them, where fairly snap happy, you know, but only because I'm trying to make the most out of these conditions, or get as many photographs as I can out of these conditions, not make the most. You know, you could come away with one incredible photograph from this log. I'm not going to give you any advice today, because I'm a photographer that forgot my camera, so let's leave it at that. You can figure it out for yourselves. I'm grabbing a shot here. See, we've got, well, handful of trees, several really, but sort of, to me it feels like 3 subjects. Single tree on the left, single tree on the right, and then a sort of collection of trees in the middle. Look, and it all feels nice. And right through there as well, you may be able to see, we've got Ingleborough, the mountain, which is just making for a really nice background subject. You can see we've still got quite a lot of fog lingering about. There's some people, what a dog walk that must be, I tell you. So I was going to do this as a panel, but the thing is, I can't actually do it on this ball head because I haven't got an L bracket on my Z30. I've got to put it along to the side, but I'm just shooting it as a 16:9. I've actually dialed in that aspect ratio on the back of the camera. I've never seen a shot that's so suited to a 16:9. ISO 100, f9, and 1/30th of a second, and I'll tell you what, at the very least, you know, we are capturing a really special morning here. Do you know what's class? Look at it. These like mint greens of the grasses down here with the frost. So hopefully another good one. Oh, so just a quick one. Look at this, I'll zoom in. This is where I'm starting to miss not having the telephoto. That's as far as I can get in on the Z30. Look at that lovely little scene back towards Ingleby there. Hope you can see it. The mountain's right in the middle of your screen and little trees beneath it, bit of fog in the middle. You can see how that is a composition. If I could just get further in, I suppose I'll probably take a quick snap at 50mm here now on the Z7 and you know, just crop it in Lightroom or something, just accept that I'm going to lose a bit of quality. But this is where Wally Bob #1 here, forgetting your camera is not great really, it's not ideal. But yeah, it's more the lens, well it is, it's the focal length. The quality of the Z30, everything's fine. I just feel a little bit limited with that 16 to 50mm lens, but we'll see how this looks as a crop. Some of yous will know, you know, on Lightroom, probably most of yous, there's that enhance feature, fairly new. I think it came out last year, and you right click on the image and it enhances it. It's like artificial intelligence. It basically improves the image quality with one click. It takes about 10 seconds. So I'll try that and we'll see how it looks. Probably going to be rubbish because it's going to be so cropped in. But anyway, I'll take it and then just keep mincing about, living the dream. Oh, by the way, Mum's just called. The train's delayed. Beauty. So as you can see here, it's definitely not the best quality in the world by any means. But when you see the main photograph here, the full photograph, you can see it's not bad at all. I mean, you know, depending on what you're doing with the photograph, if you're just going to post this on Instagram, that sort of thing, I think this is the sort of thing that's definitely worth doing. If it's your only choice, you know, again, it's the same concept as, say, increasing your ISO. You'd rather have a noisy photograph than have no photograph at all. And in this case, you'd rather have a fairly poor quality photograph, you know, than not have an image at all. Oh guys, so look at that backlighting. That is unreal. Look at it. It's beautiful. So I mentioned before, didn't I? Really rude of me. I mentioned that I've got a secret weapon. It's time to send him up. It's the drone. Now I only got him a few days ago, and this is the first time I'm flying him. But so be it. These conditions are perfect for a bit of drone photography, so let's see what we can do. So here we go. This is a DJI Mini 3. This is, oh my gosh, that's so quiet compared to my previous drone. Keep the noise down please, love. Right, all I'm going to do is fly it up, fly it around and try and grab one or two photographs, you know, maybe some vertical panoramas. Get back over to the river. You can maybe see, look right up in the background now, move myself out of the way. if that's going to have a little focus. There we go. There's still quite a lot of fog back there, which is where I started. So all I'm going to do, fly the drone all the way back there. Oh, it's so quiet, the drone. And see what we can find, see if there's any nice photographs. Right, so yeah, as you can see there, perfect example. I'm literally just flying that drone back towards all of that fog. Why wouldn't I? I ain't going to be able to get over there in time. And if you're looking at it there, that's a photograph, isn't it, man? There. That is a photograph. Beast. So there's the River Loon. So that's pretty much the shot that I just took there. I'm going to spin round deliberately because, you know, just because I'm doing it with the drone doesn't mean that all the compositional rules don't still apply. Of course they do. And you know, the way that I'm trying to use the light to my advantage, which is what I'm doing here. Look at that backlighting. So this is the same if you're using your big camera, whatever. That backlighting is incredible, dramatic. Look at them big long shadows. Whereas if I face the camera that way, just not quite as dramatic. Still nice, I suppose, you've still got the shadows, but for me, the light's not quite as golden. You know, and again, compared to that base there, ooh, absolute drama. So the drone is on the way back to me now. Just does it automatically. How nice is that? So I feel like I should always sort of say during these sorts of videos that I'm sorry that it was all over the place, but you know how it is. You know, it's like this when you're out and about with your camera yourselves, whether or not you're trying to video it, you're a little bit all over the place. You're trying to get the best out of the morning with the photographs. There comes the drone. And you're also trying to enjoy the morning as well, you know. So yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate your support so much. No Nikon Z7? No problem. I'll see you on the next adventure. Out.